down is, should the 49ers sign Tom Brady over Jimmy Garoppolo? And I think the answer to that question is pretty obvious. No. Because why would the 49ers sign Tom Brady when they already signed Jimmy Garoppolo to a big contract? And he's already getting paid a boatload ton of money. A lot of people keep saying that Jimmy Garoppolo is an average quarterback. He's Dak Prescott. Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Dak Prescott. Jimmy Garoppolo is an above average quarterback. Let me ask you something. What were the 49ers before Jimmy Garoppolo took over as the starting quarterback? They were god-awful. They made the Jimmy Garoppolo trade. Jimmy Garoppolo, I believe he sat for a week or two or a couple of weeks. Then, lo and behold, Jimmy Garoppolo becomes the full-time starter for the 49ers, and he goes 5-0. His first season as a 49er, in his first couple of games, not even knowing the playbook fully, goes 5-0 as a starter. His first season as a 49er quarterback. And a lot of people might not remember, but Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't a preseason trade or off-season trade. No, this was literally middle of the season, having to come in, learn a playbook, and lead the 49ers to a 5-0 record. Now don't give me that crap about Kyle Shanahan is the reason for Jimmy Garoppolo's success. What has Kyle Shanahan done when Jimmy Garoppolo was injured? Nothing. When Jimmy Garoppolo tore his ACL, the 49ers were one of the worst teams in the NFL. So don't give me that crap about how Kyle Shanahan is elevating Jimmy Garoppolo and Jimmy Garoppolo is only good because of Kyle Shanahan. Because in my opinion, in my eyes, for what I've been watching, Jimmy Garoppolo is the reason for Kyle Shanahan's success, or a big reason for it. Because when Jimmy Garoppolo's not playing and he's injured, the 49ers haven't won a lot of games. So don't give me that bull crap. And also, a lot of people always throw out stats with Jimmy Garoppolo, but they fail to mention the most important stat. The only stat that really matters at the end of the day, and that is the wins and the losses. Jimmy Garoppolo, since he's been the starting quarterback for the 49ers, you know what his record is? He's 19-5. 19 wins, 5 losses. It's not ironic that when Jimmy Garoppolo got injured, the 49ers missed the playoffs. And then when Jimmy Garoppolo comes back, one of the best records in the NFL. Number 1 seed in the NFC. Super Bowl appearance. A lot of people fail to realize that Jimmy Garoppolo played a pretty doggone good 3 quarters of football in the Super Bowl. He just couldn't make that one play to Emmanuel Sanders. One play, and people are already ready to jump ship from Jimmy Garoppolo and say, Jimmy Garoppolo. You can't win the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. Dude, he was only one play away from being the Super Bowl champion. I've seen several great quarterbacks fold in the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning folded in the Super Bowl twice. He folded against the New Orleans Saints in 2009 when he threw that game-winning interception to, who was it? Tracy Porter? He folded in 2013 when the Denver Broncos had the best offense in the NFL that season, and they got absolutely shut down and obliterated by the Seattle Seahawks. Cam Newton in 2015. What we remember from Cam Newton, what defines Cam Newton, is that he didn't fall on the football in the Super Bowl. In the most important game of his whole entire NFL career, he fumbles and doesn't dive on the football. But that doesn't separate the fact that Cam Newton is still a good quarterback. So why is it that Jimmy Garoppolo misses one play to Emmanuel Sanders, and now people are labeling him, you can't win with Jimmy Garoppolo? Jimmy Garoppolo is 19-5 as a starter. He was 5-0 with a terrible 49ers roster. So I don't want to hear that crap about you can't win with Jimmy Garoppolo. Dude misses one throw in the Super Bowl, and people are saying that you can't win with Garoppolo. What about Kyle Shanahan? Kyle Shanahan's play calling was questionable. How many times? Kyle Shanahan barely ran the ball in the fourth quarter. Kyle Shanahan is a known choker. This is the same guy that took the 28-3 lead to the Patriots when he was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. So if you're going to put the blame, put the blame on Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan. Now, I'm not saying that Jimmy Garoppolo is an excuse from missing that pass for Emmanuel Sanders, but I'm just saying, let's level the blame here. Let's level the blame here. Let me ask you a question. Ask Bill Belichick, who would he prefer, Tom Brady or Jimmy Garoppolo? Oh, but that's a question nobody wants to accept the answer to, right? Because we know who Bill Belichick would prefer to be his starting quarterback right now. If you ask him, Jimmy Garoppolo, the younger guy, or Tom Brady, who's in his 40s, who's about to retire. Ask Bill Belichick, who would he prefer to be his starting quarterback next season? If he had it, Jimmy Garoppolo would still be on the roster right now. So no, it's not a big surprise that a lot of people are saying that Bill Belichick was only forced to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo because Robert Kraft forced him to. Tom Brady felt threatened by Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what the stories are saying, which forced Robert Kraft to force Bill Belichick to trade away Jimmy Garoppolo. But ask Bill Belichick, who would he prefer, Tom Brady or Jimmy Garoppolo right now? We're not talking about prime Tom Brady. We're not talking about Tom Brady in his prime. We're talking about Tom Brady right now, who is about to retire in about a couple of seasons, versus Jimmy Garoppolo, who led the 49ers to the freaking Super Bowl off an ACL injury. This is the same guy who led the 49ers to a 5-0 start when he was their starting quarterback when he took over in the latter half of the season, his first year as a 49er. Nobody's talking that the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo is 19-5 as a starter. So we're trying to define Jimmy Garoppolo as a guy who can't win the Super Bowl based on what he did and one Super Bowl. Jimmy Garoppolo was literally one play away from hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. So it really makes no sense for the 49ers to bring in Tom Brady, right, who is about to retire, pay him a boatload ton of money, when you're already paying the guy who is a proven winner, who is a proven franchise quarterback. Makes no sense. Jimmy Garoppolo isn't Dak Prescott. Jimmy Garoppolo has won games in the clutch. New Orleans, Arizona. I mean, come on. Give me one game this past season against a playoff team that Dak Prescott led the Dallas Cowboys to a game-winning drive against. He folded against the Saints. He folded against the New York Jets. So Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Dak Prescott. Then people are saying that it's a rumor that the 49ers are not interested in Tom Brady, but Kirk Cousins. Are you freaking kidding me? Kirk Cousins, the dude who can't win a primetime game on Monday Night Football to save his life. The dude who has one of the worst records all time in primetime football. The dude who folds year in and year out in games that matter. The 49ers are interested in bringing in to replace Jimmy Garoppolo? Please. Jimmy Garoppolo is the second most disrespected quarterback in the NFL. Behind Lamar Jackson. People somehow are still saying that he can't throw, although he led the NFL in touchdown passes last season. But hey, he can't throw. But Jimmy Garoppolo is the second most disrespected quarterback in the NFL. It makes absolutely no sense. The guy is a proven winner. 19-5 as a starter since he took over for the 49ers. Led them to the Super Bowl. And yet he's a guy who you can't win a championship with. What? Huh? I don't even know what to say to that. Alright, do you not see what the 49ers are with Jimmy Garoppolo and without Jimmy Garoppolo? Wow. I really can't believe it. The media just comes up with anything these days. I can't believe it. A guy who is 19-5 as a starter, who went 5-0, not knowing that much of the playbook, his first year as a 49er, only playing in 5 games, went 5-0. Despite not being in Kyle Shanahan's system for a full year, he was only on the 49ers roster for about a couple of weeks? What? And then he gets injured and the 49ers suck. Then he comes back and the 49ers make it to the Super Bowl. And people are literally labeling Jimmy Garoppolo as a guy who can't win the Super Bowl based on one missed throw. Are you serious? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.